because you got to remember, left-handed players versus right-handed players are really totally different. Like you guys have advantages that we could never guard because, you know, we're taught from we're little, push everyone to their weak hand. So in our minds, dominant right, we're pushing everyone to your left. So because we're so taught to always play D like this, you know what I mean? We've never learned how to be dominant going this way on defense and pushes and slides. So you have to understand that too.
What's up and welcome to No Chill with Gilbert Arenas. I'm Mike Botticello, right over there. It's Gilbert Arenas.
I'm me.
You're always gonna be you.
I'm me.
And there's only one you. And there's only one Destiny Lunan. Welcome to No Chill.
Hello.
How you doing? All the way from Arizona, Phoenix to be exact.
Okay.
And you're here in LA.
No.
And this was a long time coming. We were going back and forth. I think when we first had the idea of getting the next wave of talent on No Chill, Gil threw a bunch of guys at me and ladies, and you were one of those ladies.
Yep. You was one of the, you was one of the first ones I threw out there.
Okay.
So how did this connection come together? The back channel. How'd you get familiar with Destiny?
On Instagram, you know, you're just watching the youth talent, and I'm like, man, she's very skilled. And I was like, 5'8", point guard, 8, what? And then, you know, the more I watched, and I was like, okay, she's very talented. You know what? Since we're going to youth, I need to go ahead and.
That's how it happened. Also, the nickname KyShe.
KyShe is like, all right, I'll start because, you know, my favorite basketball player is Kyrie Irving. But I'm a girl, so my dad was like, hey, let's see KyShe. I was like, KyShe, I don't like that. And then, like, because I had to start liking it because, you know, everyone else started calling me, KyShe, you know, my dad and stuff. I'm like, but I'm used to it now, so I kind of like it. But, you know, yeah, I'm a girl, so it's KyShe except Kyrie. But, yeah, that's how it all came along.
I mean, I get it. I don't know if that's what you picked up on.
No, I get it now.
Like the Kyrie.
Duh, I'm not.
I'm just helping you out because, you know, just in case.
No,
You were
I got
just,
that.
sometimes you gotta, like, you know, really break it down. So take us through the path so far. So you're Western Sky, middle school.
Middle school, yeah.
Why are you going to a middle school for 8th grade?
Man, I don't know. Like, I didn't want to go to another school. I just wanted to stay at Western Sky, but, you know, parents.
Is that because of friends?
Yeah.
Just comfortable there?
Yeah, basically.
Is the new school you're going to a basketball school?
Nope.
The whole idea is to be comfortable wherever you are.
Yeah.
So if it's not a basketball school, make it a basketball school.
Yeah.
But at least be comfortable there.
So 7th to 8th, and then from there you have to choose high school.
High school, yeah.
I mean, with your skill level you have now, you know, you're gonna really have to like focus on just going into every situation being a killer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, with your skill set, your talent, you know, everyone that's 13 doesn't have your skill set. So you're gonna wanna play down, you know, just to be there instead of just dominate. You know, you're gonna have to learn how to just say, you know what, I know they're not on my level. I'm just gonna dominate no matter what.
Yeah.
You know, because you gotta remember, when you guys get to 10th grade, their skill level is gonna be coming up. You want them already afraid of you.
Yeah.
So you wanna go into the game and just say, KyShe is gonna destroy. So next time you see me, you just half the game is already done.
Yeah.
They're so scared that they don't even wanna come into those games.
Yeah.
You know, so you have to really, you wanna just separate and just move forward.
And for the people that don't know what's going on is you actually play above your age and you level up.
Yeah.
And that's a really important thing, right? Because that'll make you better. It's hard, you know, it's not easy.
Yeah.
But what's your approach to taking on older kids, bigger kids that are more experienced?
Well, I've always played with, like, girls older than me, so I'm kind of really used to it right now. But, like, it's different, yeah, but since I've, like, done it so much, it's real easy. But it's interesting, I guess you could say that, but it's something that I, you know, really got into, so it's all right, I guess.
What's the interesting part?
Like, yeah, they're bigger, older, like stronger than you, but interesting as in like you don't know what they're gonna do, so you gotta like play back and be smarter about it. So that's why I was saying it's kind of interesting.
You're 5'7"?
Yeah, 5'7", 5'8".
So when you're playing with the older girls, they're not taller than you at your position, right?
Kind of not. Cause some girls like I've been playing for like Texas and stuff. They huge, tall, big point guards.
Okay.
But most of them.
Most of them, you'll still be,
Yeah.
About that. Just right now is just challenging yourself. Because you're in that 1 percentile.
Yeah.
So, it's just challenging yourself and, taking on challenges that you don't supposed to win. So if you're gonna be training, you're gonna either train with freshman, sophomore boys, or you're messing with seniors or college girls. Like you wanna throw yourself in environments at this point, environments where you don't supposed to win. You're basically fighting, for survival. That's where you wanna, where you're fighting for survival. Now you have to learn that instinct, and then once you add your talent to that, now you become that dog player that your dad's trying to get out. But at 12, 13, no one's gonna challenge, a 5'8" point guard that can left and right, can do all the things you can do. They're intimidated.
Yeah.
So you need to say, all right, I intimidated this group. I need to go be intimidated so I can start learning, how to take hits better. You know what I mean? Knowing when to use my Euro step, when I can pull up, because at some point you're gonna meet those challenges, and by the time you get there, you want to already be, excellent at them.
Gil, what do you think about this though? That maybe you're not gonna win, but it's that you were in the fight and you got some jabs in, you got some hits in, and that's what you hang your hat on at the end of the day. Because what do you do if somebody is a foot taller than you or has a 40-inch vertical, and those things, you're like, I don't have that, but I'm gonna get something off of them. Destiny said it's easy. Right? So, she's like already there.
But that's the confidence, that's her confidence. She got the shy confidence.
What's the hardest part though? Is it just an athleticism thing or a size thing?
It's basically like the size thing, because them girls be huge. Like mostly like on the wings, and that help is crazy. But I try, I've been doing my push-ups and stuff, trying to do the bench bars, I'm getting it, but I just need to do more of that.
Let me tell you something, they don't get any smaller.
Yeah, I know.
The higher you go.
We gotta remember, bigger means slower. So, and you say they're longer on the wing. So that means when you do make moves, you have to make them faster.
Yeah.
Quicker. So if you're used to, taking 2 dribbles wide to cut in, now it's 1 dribble, now that person has to make a longer run to get to you. You know what I mean? So, from there, just really thinking how fast this person is versus this person. How slow is she? Is she heavy-footed? Is she light on her feet? Does she like to jump and block shots? That's when you start picking up all the little attributes of everyone when you're playing. Since you are a point guard, like I see you making passes that I wouldn't even think about trying to make. That's a non-shooter in that corner, and you actually make that pass. Like you say, oh, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and give it up to you and I'll get it back later. Me, No, you can stay there all you want, baby. No, there's a reason you're open. That was my
do the fake
that was my mindset. But I see you pass with right and left. So, it's like as soon as you see someone up, you're Lonzo balling it. You getting rid of it, and that's, those are all great attributes. Now it's just intensifying them.
Yeah.
And I was talking with your pops, and he comes from the same era.
Yeah.
Of, tough and 1 basketball skill work. So that skill that he learned watching, because in my era we was self-taught.
Yeah.
So we was throwing the ball out, trying to do all our little moves. We didn't have trainers. The trainers now are our generation. So we got to watch, 80s basketball, 90s, the and one. So we got to pick up on all these little things, and that's what's fast forwarding you guys now. Like, so you guys are way more skilled at your age than we were. It's night and day. So you guys, so it's listening to your pops. You gotta listen to your pops, because trust me, he's from that era that has that golden basketball nugget. So even though you're like, man, I don't want to listen to it today, you
Tell
still.
about
My kids are the same way. Trust me. Like, I gotta show them highlights. Here come with the highlights again. Here come with the highlights again. So I told my son, I said, listen, if you want to be a great shooter, you have to take 200-300 shots a day, mate. And he said, nobody doing all that. I said, all right. So I hit Steph Curry, I hit Dame Lillard, and then I hit Kevin Durant. I said, how many shots do you guys take a day? And then said,
those guys, are they attempts one thing, it's makes too. So I could take 700 shots
like
a day.
somebody's like saying, if I have a big game, I'm in the 750s. He said, in the summer, 700, 800 makes a day. During the season, just to maintain 200 to 300 a day.
But like 300 shots, that might be hour and a half. 300 makes.
Yeah.
You don't leave till it's done. There's no clock on that.
Whoa. Okay, I don't mean to,
I know where you're gonna go.
Back in the day, maybe, it took 30 minutes for, white culture.
I'm talking
to make
just
race. I'm talking about now.
I'm talking just attempts.
Okay, if you have a shooting machine, you put it on 2 seconds, you can get by 100 shots in about 4.5 minutes. So, yeah.
Wait, 100 shots in 4.5 minutes?
Yeah, it'll spit out 100 shots in about 4.5 minutes.
Okay. You're talking off a shooting machine.
Off a shooting machine. So, you can do 1,000 shots in less than 45 minutes. You know what I mean? So, that's the advantage. That's the advantage that, the kids have today.
Yeah, but let's say you don't have a shooting machine. You don't have a rebounder. It's just on you. No matter whatever your resources are, it's attempts versus makes.
You got to understand this too. You have training, and then you just have regular shooting. So when we say 200, 300 shots a day, that has nothing to do with what you did during your training.
Yeah.
So if you're training on moves and doing all that, that has nothing to do with those shots. When we say 300, 200 makes, that's like you're really dialing in. Like, I really want to work on my pull-up. So you're doing that same one move 100 times. Even if it's the, fake shot, fake it with the shot. Like, you're doing that 100, 200 times. So like, when you start getting to that next level, you're going to start understanding that you have to isolate your moves, individually. Like, so like if you're working on, your step back, like I see as a lefty, when you go right, you don't do the natural step back.
Yeah.
Like, you want to step back and hezzy and go back, but your bread and butter will be when you're driving hard and step back for your jumper. Because as a right-handed person, once you're going and this shoulder turns, I'm out of your sight, and that's when you step back. That's what James Harden, as soon as he's gonna go every single time. Because as soon as I have to cross these hips over, to take you to your right.
Yeah.
So, just learning just little tricks in the trade, picking them up.
So, Destin, we talked about it a bit of getting shots up, but take us through your routine now.
My routine now, I just started to get 200, 300, 400 shots up.
How long does that take you?
Probably an hour and a half. Yeah.
In the shooting machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
That's one thing.
I'm cheating.
That's one thing. There we go.
I'm cheating.
My math.
Hour and a
Right
half.
on.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
but I just
so about an hour,
started
an
to
hour
do
and a half,
that.
getting your shots up. Go ahead.
And then I go around the key and I do 20 shots, mid-range, out-range, 3-pointers and stuff. And then, but on just training, just shots, what he's saying, just boo-boo, hold on, and stuff like that. But I need to start working on what you're saying, like go between legs, go pull up. I just stand and shoot, just consecutively.
Yeah, that basically was what mechanics, muscle memory,
Yeah.
reps. But to get creative, that's a whole nother game. And that's really your game is creative. It's shaky bakey, it's shifty, it's herky jerky, all those things. What are you focused on now that you really want to get better at specifically?
I want to get better on my pull-ups, like off the dribble pull-ups. I need to get better on those, cause like most of them they feel like awkward to me because I haven't done them and I need to start like getting my eye on that, cause I know I'm gonna be getting them a lot. Like when I'm playing with like Cal Sparks and stuff, I'm gonna be getting them a lot. So I just need to start working on that like consecutively, so I can, I'm gonna be good.
So for your pull-up, because you're lefty, it's right-handed.
Yeah.
So, your pull-up is gonna be when you're going right and you're pulling up. It's just an easier rhythm. So for right-handers, when the ball is in our left, that's when we get, you get all of this to pull up. So here you're getting all your shifty, but that's where pulling up, step back, you working on that. Harder, like I see the left-handed guys like Harden to go left, but his step back is harder because you got to remember, if I'm going left and I step back, I got to now twist my
shoulder.
When you're going this way, you're
already lined up.
Yeah, you're already lined up. So from there, it's just doing it.
Yeah.
Just realizing where that person is and realizing that you got to remember you're the offense. So when you're pulling up, where the spot you're looking for. So all you're doing is just going, all right, and then pull up. And you just work on it. You work on it with a body riding you, and you just work on just pulling up. It's just letting your mind just get used to it, because once you know how to shoot, everything else becomes easier.
Yeah.
You're just letting your body just understand these different type of moves. When I'm leaning, how much spin to put on it versus, once you start, getting into movements, because you can shoot, it becomes easier.
Yeah.
Two things I want to get in there, and I want people to get a chance to break out their notebook. Essential things on the pull-up. First of all, the mechanics. So if you're talking about your dominant hand, you're using your offhand. Why that's more effective with your offhand, let's say, is because it starts with your feet. So it's that plant foot, gets down first, right? And then the ball's coming up with your guide hand, not your dominant hand. Is that why it's more fluid and easy? You look at a guy like a Williams, Dame, or something.
I'm not even gonna lie, because I'm pretty sure she's zoned out too, and didn't. You just sounded like one of those dudes on like the little where you pay the membership, and he's just talking, and you're like, wait, what? What did you just say? Like,
I nerded out on you. I nerded out on you.
Were you paying attention?
I was trying to.
Yeah, I was trying to pay attention to it. Just went straight robotic.
Okay, I was looking for something really profound from you, but I'm talking about the mechanics of the pull-up, why it's more effective with your less dominant hand.
Oh, okay.
Does that help?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm starting from the floor up.
Okay, you just sounded like one of those brochures and just like, and I'm just waiting for $9.99. If you subscribe, you can learn more about it. And I just thought that's what we were doing.
That was pretty detailed.
It's easier because if I'm dribbling with my right, the ball, I can't line up. Now I'm playing with the ball to get the seams in. So when you're dribbling with your shooting hand, you're trying to fill the seams, get it so you can shoot. When it's with your left hand, you don't have to worry about that. All you have to do is just bring the ball to this hand or bring your hand to this hand. So you can do all the movement here, and that's why, your off hand becomes the play hand. That's where you get all your little hezzies from. That's why when you go right and you hit him with the hezzy. Yeah. Because, hezzy, now I can go back and play with my left.
There we go. That's the answer I was looking for.
Yeah.
Okay, number two. Why it's so effective to have a pull-up in your game, where you can go from the three, catch and shoot, from distance, or second, right to the basket. You add that pull-up, it's another dimension. Why is that so effective?
Okay, so in the 90s, 80s, early 2000s, the mid-range was very important, right? And then it seemed like now it's the three or a layup. Well, think about a defensive player, right? When he's guarding you, if you don't have the three, what is he thinking? You're going all the way to the basket.
Yeah.
So he's gonna dedicate his whole body of trying to stop you from going to the basket. That's when the pull-up game is beneficial. That you it's like that's what I said, like James Harden just switches, or any player just switches and throw in some mid-range. It actually tricks the defense because we're gonna overguard you at the three, or we're gonna really play you for the layup. There's no in between. So if I don't shoot a three and I'm getting ready to drive and you're just trying to beat me there, I'm just gonna stop. I don't what I need to go all the way there for? You done gave me a free shot right here.
Yep.
And that's what makes Kyrie, if you look at Kyrie's game, his layup package is phenomenal. But you can see when he's pulling up, if he don't pull up for the three, he's getting in that mid-range area. 1-2, fade away here. He's gonna get his package off.
Yeah.
You know, that the mid-range is still so important because it's unguarded territory.
All right, I'm gonna be a nerd for right now. We know I'm not a nerd, but nerds will tell you that come on, what are you rolling your eyes at? I'm the better dressed one here. He wears socks and ankle socks and flip-flops. Anyhow, nerds will tell you the layup is the higher percentage shot, the three-pointer more valuable, so you become effective at the three-point shot. That's why those are so dominant right now. So the mid-range, less high percentage. What's your answer to the nerds?
So the nerds who've never played basketball say
they're just looking at numbers.
The layups is
they're just looking at
they
numbers.
say the layups is the
high percentage shot.
And the three is
worth more.
Worth more?
3 points.
Yes, worth more.
Right. So if you're hitting at a 40% clip.
If you're hitting at a 40% clip, that's 4 players. 4 players in it, so they're doing their stats off 4 players, and then they're doing their layup stats off of dunkers. You see how?
If I give you 10 layups, how many layups you gonna make?
You gonna make off
10.
Yeah.
But the point is, back to the mid-range in the pull-up.
But I mean, the mid-range, what I'm saying is, this is why you don't allow nerds into basketball if they've never played. Like, yes, the 3 is worth more. It's worth 3. Okay? It's worth 3. The closer you get, obviously it's easier. Well, if you're not Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant, these guys, and you let's say I give Rondo 43s. I mean, do you think his percentage is gonna be great? No, he's not a 3-point shooter. So he should be working on his mid-range. So having a 3-point, this little gauge everyone's doing, and it's off of 4 or 5 players in the NBA, but you having the whole league do it, it becomes dumb. Like, I actually watched the game. I was watching New York Knicks versus Charlotte Bobcats.
Back in the day.
No. Last season.
Charlotte
this
Hornets.
season.
Charlotte, they
Hornets.
changed their name.
Charlotte, terrible is terrible. So
They gotta earn
I'm
Hornets.
watching them, and they took 27 threes in the first half. They were 4 for 27.
That's less than 40%. I'm not a math guy.
No, I'm just saying. So as a coach, when do you say, "Yo, hey, no more. Just don't do that no more. Don't shoot that. You do not shoot them shots." But that's it. You can't get into the mindset of, what everyone else is doing. You have to stick to what you do, what your strengths are, and then what your weaknesses are. You just clean them up over the years. It ain't one of those things where you need to clean up all your mistakes now.
Yeah.
You go crazy. It's just, if you can't, jump off the same leg going right this year, that means at the end of the year, the summer, work on that. So you just added that to the game. It's just adding new jewels to your game.
So Destiny, for you right now, what is the one thing you want to work on? Obviously, there's a lot that you could focus on, but drill it down to one thing specifically.
I would say my shot, I want to work on my shot a lot because it's been getting better, like, over the, training, like, shooting and stuff. But I just really want to get that high percentage of every time I get it, I have a wide open, but I can make it. Not know, I don't know if I could. Let me do it anyway. I want to actually know I can make that shot, except guessing second place myself.
What do we call that, Gil? Confidence.
Mm-hmm. How many shots are you shooting right now?
Like 400.
Pull-ups, threes?
Just like.
Or just all together?
Like, if I'm at the gym, like mid-range and threes, but if I'm at my house, I don't have that much space. So, like, right up against the basket, basically.
Okay. Okay, so what you want to do with that is, because you don't have the space, remember, space here doesn't mean there's no space here.
Mm-hmm.
So, right, so like, let's say this is my backyard and that's the rim, and I can only shoot this far.
Yeah.
Well, if I lay on the floor, that ceiling is higher than this. So what I used to do in my room is at night, I'll just lay on the floor and I'll just shoot. I'll just shoot, you can, till your arm gets tired. I mean, your arm would be fatigued more doing that because it's coming faster,
Yeah.
So I'll, like, the further you throw it, so if you're in your backyard, you got unlimited sky. So now you're working on the strength of your wrists, shots, so, you can gauge what a three-pointer is when you're shooting it. And it's just getting shot attempts up. And you can do it that way. That's the old school.
Yeah.
Old school when it's raining outside and your parents won't let you outside because it's lightning, so you got to sit in the room and, and take 200, 300, 400 just air shots. It's the same.
Yeah.
Trust me, it's the same. It's the same. If you sat in a house and shot that 400 or 500 a day and then went to the gym, you'd be on fire. Just trying to realize how to get better. That's all it really is. Just getting better at your weaknesses and then challenging yourself all the time. That's, if you ever watched the Jordan documentary, the Bulls, I know we call it the
Last Dance.
We call it the Last Dance to the Bull, but it was the Jordan documentary.
Yeah.
If you notice, the biggest key into that documentary is, as the best player in the world, God, to everyone who grew up in that era, he always challenged himself. Like, I don't care who you was, he always made it personal so he can get up for that game. No matter what the comment, he'll read a comment just to make it sound bad. And that was just him. He's just trying to find ways to, she looked at me wrong. Oh, she thinks she can stop me. It's one. You're gonna have to do that. Oh, she looking at. Oh, she thinks you can stop me. And just to get your mind to go. I don't care if this team is 0-16. Maybe they said they were gonna stop you that day and get their first win against you, and you have to, play into that. I remember like on Instagram they have it. It was Kobe in high school. It was a championship game, and when they were saying that, we got a game plan for Kobe, and he smirked. Yeah, right. We'll see.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that.
And then he's sitting on the bench like the last 8 minutes as they blowing him out. It's just just learning how to just self-ignite. Because when you play the number one team in the country and all of this, number two, you're gonna automatically get hyped for those. It's just getting yourself hyped when it really doesn't matter to your talent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're 0-16, they're in last place. This game doesn't mean anything. Like in AAU, like the first 2 days, that Saturday really don't mean nothing. That's when you're supposed to dominate. And let them know, like, hey, this is what you get.
Talk about how you're working on things, what you're working on with things. Who are you studying when you work on these?
I'm studying, I don't really watch basketball like that no more because, COVID.
Not much on, right?
Like, man. But I would watch, obviously, Kyrie. And then Damian Lillard. I love Damian Lillard. And then I would also watch Kawhi. Yeah, I love his game. And just the people who, like, are dominant, those dominant players. But I love watching them.
What are you taking away when you see, what are you observing when you watch them play?
I observe, like, their patience. Because I sometimes have, like, going always fast. I mean, fast and stop, and wait, and go fast again. I look at their patience and stuff. So.
That's an interesting thing. I'm gonna throw another guy at you. That's guy in your backyard that's perfect at that, Devin Booker.
Okay, Devin's just slow, so that's just his pace.
Yeah,
that's just his pace. There's no speed up slow. That's just his pace.
But he uses that, all right? He uses that as a weapon, okay? Give him some credit.
Who you should look at just learning, because you got to remember, left-handed players versus right-handed players are really totally different. Like, you guys have advantages that we could never guard because, we're taught from we're little, push everyone to their weak hand. So in our minds, dominant right, we're pushing everyone to your left. So because we've so taught to always play D like this, you know what I mean? We've never learned how to be dominant going this way on defense and pushes and slides. So you have to understand that too, that, like, they're not used to certain movements. So watch someone like Ginobili, because he wasn't a point guard, but he was so skilled and crafty at his footwork.
Yeah.
So how he maneuvered through the lane, and then, since you're gonna be going to 8th grade and you gotta go high school, then, the next level college, zones. You're gonna be, it's not like, that's why I said, it's not like we can just take your talent and say, all right, guard her one-on-one. No one's gonna be able to guard you one-on-one. So now you got two threes, so you got, so when you have to slow the game down and put it in half court, you have to really, like, change your motor. So you have to watch someone like him, see his movement, see when he got the lane, his jab, pump fake, combinations, how he moved, and that'll help you out a lot.
Yeah.
And maybe there's not games on at the moment, but you have YouTube.
Yeah.
You can watch old
We
highlights.
didn't have that.
But I got one to throw out for you.
We didn't have
Old school, and he's got stuff. I'm trying to think of lefty point guards, really effective, really creative. Kenny Anderson.
Well,
not really vertical, but change direction.
That might be outdated.
Why is that?
Even though he's a New York guard and he was already, but now you guys are jumping off same, you guys have so many different tools that are the unorthodox style. It's kind of hard to look that far back. With Ginobili, you can look because he's the one who started the Euro step in and all that awkward movement coming in. So it's kind of hard to look at 2000 from 2004 to the 90s. It's hard to look at that group of players to really dial in and really say, all right, let me pick this out of their game. So just, who's lefty in the league right now?
It's tough. I'm trying to think of him. Another guy. Oh, I got one. Brandon Jennings.
He was just a shooter. Score. He scored. He was a bucket getter.
I'm trying to think of what made him so effective besides his speed, right? Really was like, I think he had the fake stuff too. He had kind of like the Rondo behind the back ball fake, inside out. You're right.
It's
aggressive, yeah.
It's aggression. Like when you go into games now, just remember, someone's after you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when you go into games, set yourself goals. You got to remember, it's about getting better as an individual, as a team too, but it's individually getting better.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to set yourself challenges. I don't care if it's, you know, I'm trying to score 20 in the first quarter with 5 assists and 7 rebounds. You got to put that out there so mentally you're in the game all the time. So like I know people hated Westbrook for stat chasing, but no one can say he didn't play hard 82 games. Because you got to remember, if he has this board that he's chasing, that means every rebound that's up, you know he's going after it. I mean, you know, that's what you want to put the impact inside the game. Like you want to dominate every, you know, if you 4 steals a game, like you really have to just challenge yourself. And just before the game, look, oh, they weak. Okay, let me go. I'm gonna do 40, 10, 7 steals, 4 blocks. And then you chase you. And I mean, you gotta you chasing yourself, your higher self. You know, you have to make, you know, KyShe just this, you're just chasing you. You don't worry about whatever girl that's ranked in front of you. Don't worry about a 9th grade or 10th. No, you KyShe, and you make KyShe this uncatchable person. And you're just out there just thriving off of the stats you put before.
Make them chase you. Here you are in LA coming from Arizona. Where has basketball taken you so far?
Taking me everywhere. Like I said, Texas, Indiana, South Carolina. Like, the opportunities are like out of this world. It's crazy that I'm going to these many places just to play basketball. Like, I'm like, when I go up, I want to go to like Italy, stuff like that. I want to go everywhere. But hopefully I can go more places and keep balling out, apparently.
And the thing is, when you get there, take something away. Like, all right, I brought KyShe to Texas. Or when I'm in Texas, I'm gonna take, you measure yourself against the talent, obviously, but also you just wanna see what they're doing, take that home with you, because that's the other thing. Where you're playing now in school, they're not getting those opportunities that you're getting.
Yeah.
Like all those places by the 7th grade. I think I only went to Vegas my whole high school in Vegas. That was it.
That's a car trip.
That was my AAU trip, Vegas. That was it. Back then, AAU, Vegas, that was it. That was as good as my team, Vegas, Bigfoot. That was it. Yeah.
Bro.
You see how fortunate you guys are now? Yeah.
That's crazy.
You don't know how it used to be, how hard it was. And you talked to Gil about skill. Players are more skilled nowadays because also you're exposed to and introduced to skill from all over. The world's a smaller place now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got, you guys, it's easier for you guys to scout and see what's coming versus when, you know, I was growing up. We didn't have tape. You know, we can't just go on Facebook, Instagram and say, okay, they can do this, this, this. Nah, it's just when you showed up, you'd be like, he averages what? 30 what? Oh, hey, and you're judging off of what you see.
Yeah.
You don't really, you know, so someone, you know, sitting there looking goofy, you're really judging him off of what you see. So it was one of those mind trick games. Dress all goofy and let them look at you and you sitting there like, you know, reading books and stuff like, oh, he's soft. And they go out there and give him 50. You know, now you already know what you're getting. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's you get to measure yourself. You can see, okay, they're training on that. All right, let me go ahead and sneak this. Because I do the same thing. I watch. I didn't think of that one. Let me go ahead and write it. And I done stole half y'all stuff. Y'all got the ball with the bounce it between the legs, catch it. I'm like, I didn't think of that one. I ain't gonna lie, I stole a lot from you, Dad. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, yo, not even gonna lie. Like, y'all sitting there doing moves, like, I sent something to my son. You see what she doing? Yep. Not even gonna lie. You get to see stuff. That's what I say. You get to, you know, imagine if the world was, you didn't have Instagram and you didn't know who was who. You didn't know what was, that's how we had to learn basketball. So now that you got information, you really get to absorb it though.
Yeah.
That's why I said you guys' skill levels are so far beyond what we were doing. And you know, it's just now just tracking it.
All right. You have something in your pocket. We're gonna break it out. It's time for Ask Agent Zero.
You ain't ready for this.
I'm not ready for it.
You ain't ready for this.
There's a lot of things you can get into. A lot of things you could want to test you with or ask you. So we narrowed it down.
Who crossed you the worst?
Oh.
Like, who gave you dirty? It was
And there is
nasty.
video evidence of this. So
There's video evidence?
You can't hide.
Okay. Cross.
Yanked him. Yanked him.
Okay. Well, this wasn't a crossover, but he made me fall with it.
Ooh.
Williams. It was
Marcus Williams?
No, Alvin Williams.
Alvin Williams.
From Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so his name is Alvin Williams, Toronto. He's about 6'5". And to this day, it's the dumbest move that you can possibly do because it was pointless.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guarding him on the wing, and it's jab. So so he's on his left pivot, so he jabs here, right? Think about what I'm saying. Like, it wasn't like jab, it was just like this, here. And I'm like, what? And just fell, just dropped. And I'm sitting there trying to like grab this foot because I didn't know what it was. It was just so random and awkward.
He gave you every fake.
Yeah,
every direction.
But it was just the way he faked. I'm like, what is that? And just dropped.
He didn't even move.
I know, that's why I said he didn't move. He just, and just, Marbury.
Man, I'm going on YouTube. I'm going to watch
Marbury
that.
Marbury had that gorilla cross, that hard cross.
Yeah, it was that dribble right. It was the John Wall.
Mm.
It was that, right, and boom.
Mm.
And just go hard. And it was just, every single time, just. But back then, the moves wasn't, like people, like if you made people fall,
Mm-hmm.
you was a really skilled dribbler.
Yeah.
So you're talking about Marbury, you're talking about at that time, like somebody like Jamal Tinsley. Then you had Steve Francis, like somebody like who was a great dribbler, like somebody like Steve Nash ain't making you fall.
Yeah.
There's nothing he's gonna do trickery. He just was a great dribbler. Now everyone has moves. So, so back then, you heard of Sham God.
Mm.
Okay, so Sham's God move was like you had to be like this wizard to do it, and you had to be crazy to even try it in a game or you was getting yanked. You know what I mean? So when somebody got you with the move, because you rarely seen it, you got.
Mm-hmm.
So I've never had anyone actually try it on me. So that's how rare the move was then. It's like, if you wasn't Sham God, you didn't belong doing it. And then you had like somebody like Rayford Alston, who was a great dribbler, but his moves wasn't, I'm gonna make you fall moves. So like what Kyrie's doing and James Harden, no, those are drop moves.
Mm-hmm.
Like you guys have drop moves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, that's why I said I'm falling for, sitting here tapping the feet. Happy feet got me. Happy feet got me.
It's called
I'm just imagining it in my
discipline.
head.
Like, as I said, it was one of those that I fell and I'm sitting there like, what is this? And I even told him, bro, you suck, bro. You suck. Bro, what was that? That's not even basketball. That's not even a basketball move. That's not even, who in jab? What is this? It's like, how you, like, come on, you know how you're taught, right?
Yeah.
You're taught pump fake, jab. You're thinking Carmelo with Zion, jab. Imagine someone just, and throwing it here, like,
But he got you.
Yeah, that's what I said. I dropped.
That's a sore loser who got
like-
dropped, then tells
Yeah.
the player who
Even
dropped
if
him he
it-
sucked.
Yeah,
Even if
yeah.
it
You
didn't
dropped me with a
work.
sorry, unathletic move. What is that? That is not basketball. Get out of the game.
I say,
But he was an irky jerk player.
I say Alvin Williams 1, Gilbert Arenas 0.
Yeah. You'll meet them irky jerk players. They're just.
All right, let's get on this one for the road. Gil, what do you want to see out of Destiny? Give her a goal.
What did you average last year?
Average?
Stats, let's go.
I don't know. Shoot.
You don't know?
No, I don't really look at my stats like that.
You know what numbers from last year? All right.
Go to triple double. Parent, mom and dad, triple double. Triple double. You got to average triple double this year.
All right, bet. I'm gonna post on my Instagram at you.
Triple double. So think about what I'm saying. Like if you don't know what your stats is, but you know you got to average a triple double, that means on every rebound, you're there. That's offense and defense. That means passing becomes like now you're consciously like looking to make plays. So now to average a triple double, you have to be so aggressive. Because you gotta remember, there's no, okay, Steph Curry's coming off. You know, that ain't Steph Curry or Klay Thompson though. That's not a guaranteed, I make 12 passes, I got 10 shots made. No. That's, you're playing girls basketball at 13. So that's 13-year-old, that's them shots, that might be 2 for 20 right there. But it makes you go so aggressive to get these little easy dump offs to get those assists, but you have to, now your motor's just running.
Yeah.
And you know, and that's how you challenge yourself for your 8th grade season. Like, I'm going there, I'm trying to average triple-double. You gotta remember, the only challenge for you would be, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. The 20 points is easy. That's easy for you. You know what I mean? It's now you just honing in on those 2 other things.
Yeah.
There it is. The bar is high.
Yep.
Set forth by Gilbert Arenas himself. Gil, we got Destiny, you're on the map. You're already playing up, which is a key thing to get better. And you're locked in. You're focused on what you want to improve on and what you got already to build off of. So you're on your way. Stay locked in.
How long you in Cali for?
I think, like 2 more days, pretty sure.
Were you training out here?
Because I asked my coach to probably if we can get a workout in today after this, so.
Because I know everyone is shutting down, but Cali basketball, they don't go by no rules.
Okay.
They don't go by no rules. Them kids, they in the gyms.
That might be off the record.
No, I'm just saying, they in them gyms. All right.
Stay in the gym. For Gilbert Arenas, thanks for joining us. Destiny, KyShe, get that name out there.
KyShe.
Get that name out there.
Oh.
We'll see that someday. We'll continue to watch that.
Yes.
For No Chill, I'm Mike Botticello. Remember, check us out every Monday, 8 p.m. on Fubo. We'll see you next time.